Welcome, everyone. It's lovely to see you, and I see many faces that I recognize and some new ones as well. And it's a wonderful thing to be here together today on Valentine's Day in honor of love. That's what the topic and what we're meeting, why we're coming together. And I can't think of a better topic, because to me, love is the foundation of our lives. Well, there, froze for a moment. Even the things that we find difficult, love is at the core of. So just to take a moment to settle into yourself, and just invite that. Just feel where you're at right now in your being. And can everybody hear me okay? Yeah, good. So just settle into to the body, to everything that's rising inside. And just kind of do an inner inventory, like an inner weather report. How you're doing. And deepening your breath, and just landing here together, first in yourself and in your room, and then here together. And meeting everything that's arising with as much openness, with love and openness. Welcoming everything, that's the openness. Even the uncomfortability. See, this love that we are is endless. It's so vast that everything that's arising right now is contained within it. And so it's so inclusive and vast that everything's allowed. There's enough room for everything. There's enough room for your joy, and there's enough room for your sadness. There's enough room for the beauty of life and for that which is difficult and challenging and heartbreaking. This unconditional love that we are is the container for everything that's arising. Including our own unknowing. So everything that you're feeling right now, everything that you're sensing, and everything that you're thinking is allowed and welcomed and held in this unconditional space. And just imagine yourself getting bigger and bigger. You're the container that you are here. Just enlarging, opening up like a shutter of a camera. And it's just opening and opening to include more, include the room that you're in. Include feeling each other here. If you want to, if this is something you'd like to do, it's just an invitation. At the same time, correspondingly, staying self-connected. So we have the capacity to open up to the vastness of the love that exists simultaneous to staying self-connected and true to whatever's arising within us. And this is like a muscle of consciousness that it learns how to keep opening to. It's a training, it's a practice. We can start right now together. So everything can correspondingly coexist. Any tension that's inside your body, perhaps? Any contractions? Simultaneous to feeling into this love that we are, that has no boundaries, this openness. Just explore being able to be with both at once. The paradox of being able to be with both at once. This is something we can awaken to and deepen into in our lives. And this love that I'm speaking about, that I'm referring to, is a love that is in love with all of itself. It doesn't exclude any part of itself. It doesn't have a hierarchy within it. Liking is kind of a hierarchical thing, but love, unconditional love, is inclusive, includes even those whom we don't think that we like, those whom we don't think we love. This unconditional nature that we are, it loves all of itself, all aspects of itself within ourselves, all the aspects that haven't yet come home, knowing itself as love, right? And all those around us whom we think we cannot love. Or behaviors, or the conditions of the world. This is where it gets kind of nitty-gritty. And it's not a love to be forced upon oneself. We can still have our preferences and our dislikes, our what we don't like about people or things or events. But the truth is that love loves regardless. And this creates a deep intimacy with everybody and with everything. And it has the power to transform our relationships, our relationship to ourselves, with each other, and with the world. Love is the transformative power. And it's sometimes a little scary. Once we start waking up to this love that's unconditional, we realize that the boundaries between ourselves and other start to thin out. It's both exciting, empowering, and it can also be heartbreaking when the boundaries start to dissolve between self and other. Because then we feel the tenderness and the vulnerability that comes out of this deep intimacy, right? Our protective defense is no longer in place because that is just this boundary. It gets to be seen that it's not serving the evolution and the maturation of your being. And it just starts to hurt. That boundary starts to hurt more than opening up to love. When we close down, when we feel closed down to other, when we go into judgment of each other, right? When we say, I can't love that, but I can love this, when we do this exclusivity thing, it starts to hurt too much. And that is such a great truth teller. See, unconditional love dissolves all our resistances to life. Our desire to control and manipulate. We get to see it no longer serves. It doesn't serve. This blossoming, the potential blossoming into life. Our undefended, vulnerable selves is so incredibly powerful. It's the opposite of what we've been taught. How to navigate through life in an undefended, unprotected way. Not in a gullible way or necessarily naive or, open to a moving target, but in a way that you're so transparent. So transparent to life that veil of separation, it just thins out more and more, where eventually there's just no difference. You and life, one thing. And that's the power of opening up to love, to the unconditional nature of love. And all the buts that arise, but I can't open up to this kind of love, I would get hurt, or all the buts, that's what gets to be met. That's the work. What gets to be met inside. Where self-love moves towards oneself with kindness and compassion. So it's both an inner movement, an inner journey, deep, deep embodied work of learning how to love yourself. Right? Learn how to love yourself in the way you've always wanted to be loved by others, by the world, by your parents. And it's self-loving self, see? It's the most unconditional type of love, self-loving self. And when it's been done enough here, then it really has a chance to turn around and look outward and see what else is wanting to be loved, what else has been projected upon as not being lovable, not being that, being God. So we have our work cut out for us. But it's a glorious work. And yeah, there are times when it comes down to some difficult moments, right? But it's completely a worthy project. It's a beautiful way to live one's life. So I'm happy to be speaking about love today. And joining in the conversation together. Because in conversation, that's where the richness really appears. Where perhaps the buts come up. I feel into love, but... and it's really welcome. I want you to feel really welcome here. With me and with each other. And for us to be able to hold this in a respectful way, as a sanctuary. that what we share here together today is between us. Or if you share it with someone else, that we don't use any names. So that we can feel really safe and dive in deeply together. And really honor this meeting. And I'd like to welcome anyone who's just joining us now. You can see some new people. This is going to be recorded so we can listen. Anyone who wants to listen can listen again to the intro. So, just to recap, all of life is in love with itself. And that which does not know it is where the work lies, right? And it's a worthy work. There are beings who have devoted their whole lives to just exploring the topic of love. And bhakti movements, people, poets, artists, and ourselves. To me, it's the ultimate meaning of life. And learning how to love that which seems unlovable, that which seems unresolvable. Loving it doesn't necessarily resolve it, but then it's held with this grace. It's allowed to be. And it resolves itself in a particular way, not in the way that the mind says it needs to be, but in a way that's accepting and allowing that which is difficult and challenging even. And correspondingly, for many of us, it's difficult to open up to the beauty and the joy and the bliss of our being. It's not only difficult to open up to that which is challenging, right? But for many of us, it's also like this innate kind of turning away from the beauty and the depth of the love that we are. Afraid to show the world, afraid to show ourselves how we can be in love with life. Even in the midst of things being hard at times. So that's the conversation I would like to have with you all, or anything in regards to love. Let's keep it on topic. And the topic is vast and broad, because whatever we're not accepting is included, see? It includes this moment as it is right now, how you're feeling right now. I like to bring things back to now over and over again. Because that's the portal, that's the portal to truth, is your inner experience meeting outer experience, meeting each other here, and on, feeling into the whole. That's the portal to truth that we have. And whatever relationship we have to this moment as it's arising is just shows how open and willing we are to be loving to ourselves, loving to the moment. Big yes, even if we have no's. There's a saying by Osho. It's like, have your yes be so big that all your no's are included. Right? So this yes. And then you can have as many no's as you want. They're all allowed. They're all permitted.